to play devil's advocate, what would you say to women or men that say, "Oh, well, what about a guy that has a high notch count?"
There's some evidence that suggests that guys that have banged a lot of women have a harder time being monogamous to, their wife, for example. But that's a topic of commitment versus monogamy. So if you've got a guy that's banged like 200 girls, before he got married and he gets married, there's a higher chance that the guy with a 200 notch count is going to go outside of that marriage and cheat versus the guy that's only been with like one gal, for example. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to leave the marriage. All that means is he might go out and get some exercise from time to time and come back and still love his wife and his kids and pay the mortgage and do the family events and all that stuff, right? So yeah, there's that. But the difference between men and women is that it has more effect on women. Like being with more guys has more of a detrimental effect on women, one. And two, it's also more likely that they'll leave the relationship. Whereas guys, see, when men and women cheat, they cheat for different reasons, right? Like when men cheat, it's really just to, like, we're here to scatter seed. Like that's why we make millions of sperm every single month and women make one egg, right? When women cheat, it's usually because they want to monkey branch out to another relationship and they're looking for a secure way to leave guy A and go to guy B, sort of thing. It's usually because they're done. Whereas I've seen loads and loads of guys cheat on their wives for years. They'll be traveling, they do conferences, they're airline pilots, they're entrepreneurs, they run multiple businesses in different cities, and they go outside of the marriage. Their wife just sort of looks the other way, and then he comes back home and makes sure that, like everybody's taken care of. He loves his wife and his kid and all that sort of thing. But, from time to time, he looks for some excitement. So it's a different thing, when it comes to that. It's more dangerous for men as well, too, because if you get a woman, in your house and in your life and you start a family with her, and she's more apt to leave if things don't go well, she's probably going to leave with half your shit. She's probably going to leave with your kids. You might only see them like 20% of the time or 10% of the time, as most guys get, parenting rights to their kids at that point in time, which is a lot more dangerous for men because there's more at risk for men when it comes to marriage than it is for women, because women only marry across and up on the socioeconomic scale. They never usually marry down. Most women marry more successful men. So Kevin from the accounting department that's making $250,000 a year will often marry the hairdresser that's making $40,000 a year. So there's no real risk to her in that marriage, if he cheats. But if she wants to leave, he's fucked, right? So is it going to affect men? Sure. But it doesn't affect them the same way that it affects women, and the damage to men isn't the same as it is to women. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.